Do people assume all your problems got solved because a big strong man showed up? If this line sounds familiar, you've probably seen the Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer. Hi, my name is Rebecca Ishmael, and I'm a huge Disney fan. I grew up watching a lot of Disney movies, but I've noticed a trend with the male and female characters. I'm here today to speak to you about the progression of gender roles in Disney movies, especially focusing on the progression of female roles from them being maids, focusing on being spouses, and simply for just being female. Disney subtly shows that female characters are always cooking in the kitchen or cleaning a room or looking after the kids. An example of this is the 1938 Disney movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, Snow White comes to this cottage, it's filthy, it's disgusting, and in order to stay there, she makes an agreement with the dwarves that she has to cook and clean. Yes, this was a mutual agreement, however, this just categorizes men as being sloppy and irresponsible, and women being that domestic savior coming to clean up and play house. Another point is that Disney focuses on females being spouses. An example of this is the 1991 movie Beauty and the Beast. There's a scene in Beauty and the Beast where Gaston, the big, pompous, attractive man, comes up to Belle and throws her book down. And then he picks it up in disgust and says, it's not right for a woman to be reading because she begins having ideas and starts thinking. Now, as a child, I remember hearing this, and I was a little bit offended because I liked reading as a child. And this just shows that the men would thinks it's wrong for women to intellectually enhance themselves. He later tells Belle that she should focus on him and focus on marrying him and having kids and just being a wife. Women can't do anything if they're not a man. This comes to my third point. Women has to pretend to be a man to get things done. One of my favorite movies is Mulan, and that came out in 1998. In the society where Mulan grew up, she was trained to be a wife. She had to be pretty, wear makeup, and she had to know how to cook. She even lined up to be like a season of The Bachelorette, chosen to be a wife. Now, her father got ill, and she wanted to go into the army to help. She went to the leader and said, I want to help my dad, but the leader was a man, and he said, no, you're a girl and you cannot be in the army. So that was one of the issues in Disney. You had to be a man just to get things done. This is her initially in the movie having to wear makeup to get chosen, and then her having to cut her hair and dress like a man to get into the army. This sounds bad, but Disney has progressed. An example of how it progressed is the 2012 movie Brave. This is one of my favorite movies because Princess Merida was a rebellious teenager, and she was rebelling because her family wanted her to get married. And she totally rebelled against this marriage, and because of her rebellion, she upset her mom, she upset the whole kingdom, but in the end, because she had an opinion and she voiced her opinion and fought for it, she got to live her single, carefree life until she was ready to get married. Recently, Incredibles 2 came out. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but this shows a progression in gender roles because the wife got a new job and she had to leave, and the husband ended up cooking and cleaning for the kids. And I like this Disney progression because it shows that the wife didn't have to pretend to be a man. She got recognized for her talents and her ability as a superhero, and that's why they chose her, because of who she is. She didn't have to pretend to be masculine. So I hope that you've seen the progression in the roles in Disney, and that young girls who grew up now watching Disney can be empowered by this and realize that they don't have to have this role of being a maid or being a housewife or just not simply being female. Disney really incorporates empowerment in these videos. I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you know any other Disney princesses or Disney characters that suffered from this injustice, please comment in the discussion board or on this video and let me know what you think about it. Thank you for your time.